The STEM Society.
What's going on, hip hop socialites? It's your boy Cole Jackson. Look, I don't know about y'all. Who watched the BET Hip Hop Awards? Me neither. I didn't watch it either, man. It's gotten to the point where it's getting to be ridiculous that we can't have a hip hop awards show that actually, I don't know, does what it's supposed to do, which is give out hip hop awards and actually, have great performances. It's been a long time and since we've had a great BET Hip Hop Awards show, but I'm here to fix that. I'm going to give you guys a few things, or I am going to do what can't be done. I am going to fix the BET Hip Hop Awards so we can actually have something that's credible, we can actually have something that is exciting, and have something that means a lot more than what it does now. So let's get into it. First and foremost, first thing I would do to fix the BET Hip Hop Awards, 50 Cent has to executive produce that show. That's it. Whatever. Right now, 50 Cent is hot, right? Like, he's doing everything. He's not a green light gang for nothing. Everything 50 touches or produces, it actually goes and it actually gets numbers. He's from the culture. He knows hip hop. It's not like he's somebody, an outsider trying to produce a show that he's know nothing about. 50 is one of the biggest rappers ever. So it makes perfect sense to have him as executive producer. And don't think like we're going to get BMF levels of acting. I'm pretty sure 50 would know how to connect with other people. And that would be the easiest and best way to be able to connect with people and have the relevance that we need. 50 knows everybody. So, and I think that if he invited us a certain tier of rapper or certain tier of celebrity to this show that he's executive producing, I think we most definitely would have something that makes a lot of sense. It just makes a whole lot more sense to get him to produce it, and it can switch out every year. When he feels like he don't want to produce it, he can pick the next person and they can step up and produce it as well. But I think those hip hop roots, as far as like someone from the culture actually producing the show and making the show what it needs to be, would be perfect, and it doesn't feel so out of touch. Next thing, announce the city where the BET Awards are going to be. You know, here's the problem. I think you guys don't treat it like a Super Bowl. You know how much buzz we're getting about the Super Bowl and where it's gonna be at? Why don't you guys start announcing where the location you're gonna have the BET Awards 8 months, hell, maybe even a year ahead of time, and get the buzz going ahead of time before y'all get there? It makes perfect sense. We've had so much conversation about the Super Bowl halftime show, and to be honest with you, if we had more people talking about the location of where you guys are going to be at, which I think y'all used to do that. I think the BET Hip Hop Awards used to move from place to place. Y'all don't even announce it anymore. If you don't make it a big event, people aren't going to give a damn about it. So make it a big event. Make it into something great. Promote it as something that's going to be earth-shattering. I don't know. Figure out how to get buzz around it, and figure out how to get people in that particular city to be excited for it. You can do a whole lot of things, and you can make it into something where people from that city can actually be presenters, or they can actually be performers. Whatever the case may be, you can cater your show around where you put it at. It don't even seem like y'all get excited about when y'all put the show on anymore. And I don't know if that's because of budget reasons or because you guys just don't care about it anymore. But I think if you sit up there and you figure out different places, because there's so many different places, and here's an idea, guys. Go outside the US. You can actually even do the UK. I live in the UK. I would love for the BET Hip Hop Awards to be here. And you give it a global feel. You make it seem like everybody is a part of what the culture is, the hip hop culture is. It just makes perfect sense to move it from city to city. And finally, when I talk about city, I have to tell you guys, invoke a dress code. Look, man, I get it. They're artists, they're rappers, they want to be able to show up and how they want to show up. This is hip hop, we ain't the Grammys. That's the problem. You need to make it into the Grammys. You need to invoke a dress code to show people how important this is. Because if these niggas can put that shit on when it comes to the Met Gala, why can't they put that shit on coming to the BET Hip Hop Awards? You guys don't respect your awards enough. You don't respect the fact that you guys are an award show and you're a part of black culture. Put a dress code in place. Make sure people know that they come with their best on. Again, if they can show up to the Met Gala looking like that, why can't they show up to the BET Awards looking like that? And I think putting it in a different location every year helps with those types of things. Set a standard, for crying out loud. You niggas are supposed to be the culture. Set a standard, please. So this kind of goes along with announcing a city or announcing where you're going to be at. Secure a headliner. Go ahead and figure out how to secure a headliner. Just like the Super Bowl halftime show, find somebody who's going to be the headliner of the BET Hip Hop Awards. I don't care if it looks like you're playing favorites. I don't care if it looks like you're putting a spotlight on one person. Yes, make that person the main event of that show, because if you don't, people aren't going to show up and people are not going to care about your award show. You're not going to get viewers unless you secure a big time headliner for that show. It just makes a whole lot more sense. Does it seem like favoritism? Yes. Is it important to get people to show up and actually view the show? Hell yes. You're going to have to pick your battles on this one. It may seem like people might be trying to point out and say, oh, BET's playing favorites. Y'all shouldn't care. If you want to get viewers, if you actually want to get some respect when it comes to this hip hop award show, get a headliner. Find somebody who's putting out great music. You can have everybody can be the opening acts, but the headliner is going to be the headliner. And I guarantee you, with some of these artists' egos, they're going to be vying to be a headliner. It makes a whole lot of sense. And stop nominating these people, bro, hoping that they'll show up. Go ahead and secure a headliner. Secure somebody who's going to be the finisher of the show. Give them time to do the type of performance that they want to do as well. Like, if we're not going to be like the Grammys, then figure something out that's outside of what the Grammys do. Make sure these people have the allotted time to be able to put on the best performance in front of our people, in front of our culture. It just makes a whole lot more sense. You guys are nominating these people that don't even care about coming to your award show because it's no longer prestigious. It's no prestige that comes behind a BET Hip Hop Award, and you guys don't treat it as such. Figure out how to make somebody a headliner. Figure out how to nominate people without praying that they'll show up, and maybe you guys will get a little bit more respect when it comes to the award show thing. Another thing you guys could do, which would help the whole process a whole lot more, is come up with a committee. I know the Grammys have a committee, the AMAs have a committee, you guys should have a committee. Come up with a committee of artists, podcasters / journalists or influencers, and even give the fans the opportunity to vote on some of these categories and these nominations. I don't think it's way outside of your boundaries to do that. And to be honest with you, you may get a award show that actually looks a lot more balanced than the shit that y'all been doing here recently. I think if you guys include artists in the vote, that gives them an opportunity to actually give you guys some knowledge on who's really doing stuff in music. Now, it might be a little bit skewed because of the labels, but I think all in all, the way artists are going these days and the way they're a little bit more independent, I think that you can get a better feel for what's good and what's not good as far as music is concerned, because y'all nominations here recently look like shit. Y'all have Best Video Award and y'all don't even play videos. Doesn't make any sense at all. And to add on top of the making the committee, make it an event. Why don't you guys film when you give somebody the invitation to become a part of your committee? What? Promotion on top of promotion. If there's a specific podcaster that you want to be a part of your committee, record them getting the invitation. If there's a particular artist that you want to be a part of this committee, record them getting the invitation. Make it something that's a prestigious affair. Make it something that means a lot. If you guys don't make it feel like it's important, it's not important. And on top of that, pick some fans who are going to vote or who are part of the voting to come out to the show. Make them a part of this as well. You guys used to do all of this type stuff, man, and now it's just like it's dead and it's trash. Make this way better than what it used to be. If you guys don't have a committee, why should we care about the categories, the nominations, or who gets the awards? Everything looks like you guys are begging for attention instead of it looking like a real award show. I think if we had that mix of all of those different genres, artists, podcasters, journalists, influencers, fans, all of that mixed up together can make your awards look like they actually mean something and they're a lot better. I just don't think the way you guys are doing it now makes any sense at all. It just don't, man. I think a lot of times you guys pick these people because you really want them to show up to the BET Awards. But the awards don't even feel important. They don't feel important. They don't feel like they matter. It just feels like you guys went to a fucking strip club and just threw a party and started giving out awards to people. Next thing, figure out how to promote in a different way. I get it. The reality stars doing raps. Man, that is entertaining. I want to see Portia Williams and all these other reality stars put together a rap. It's hilarious. It's not hilarious at all. It's terrible. You guys need to get a well-rounded group in a room together and find out what influencers, podcasters you need to promote this stuff. That's the new way of promotion. Nobody promotes the way you guys are doing it these days, as far as like, let's put out these commercials on all these different social media platforms. Find out who can find out influencers who can put this together, podcasters that can actually push your product that has followers. I don't know, some people that come to mind. Poor Minds could do that. Isaiah J. People love Isaiah J. I love Isaiah J. RDC World. What about them? They put a whole con together. Nala Simone. People love Nala Simone. She's on The Breakfast Club regularly. She has a podcast. She talks to artists. She knows music. What about the Amp guys? Casanat and all of his crew. They done a con. They have followers. Get people from all of these different areas to be able to promote the Hip Hop Music Awards. They cover a lot of different demos. They have a lot of different people who will most definitely show up and watch this award show and actually give you guys some relevance. The stuff y'all are doing now, not relevant at all. Nobody gives a fuck about who y'all put in the fucking booth trying to make a rap song. That shit was lame and stupid, and you need better things to do. Those commercials were horrible. I'm sorry. It's just an old school way of doing promo. Nobody promotes stuff like that anymore. Yes, you did put it on social media, but what audience are you guys trying to get by putting these reality show stars in a booth trying to make a rap? If you really want to get the masses from all different demos in the culture, you guys have got to start doing it a different way. Get some people, more than just a certain amount of type of people in the room, listen to them and move that way. Get these podcasters and these social media influencers to be your street team. They can be your digital street team, no problem. And pay them. The money that y'all put into putting these commercials out for the reality TV stars doing these raps, y'all could have paid these influencers and these podcasters, and they really would have went hard for y'all. I guarantee you they would have. Pay them instead of paying for traditional commercial bullshit. Next thing, stream it on YouTube. Yes, stream the BET Hip Hop Awards on YouTube. I guarantee you guys will get way more views than you've ever had before in your life. The way you guys are doing it now through traditional TV or through the traditional ways of watching BET ain't working no more. Nobody does that shit anymore. Nobody has traditional TV like that. The ratings are low because you guys are doing it from an old school way of showing of TV. Stream it on YouTube. Partner with YouTube. Figure out a way to get you guys to stream it. And I know you got BET Plus. Who watches that shit? Exactly. Not the demo you want to watch the Hip Hop Awards. This is showing that you guys are actually doing something outside of the box than other award shows. I think if you teamed up with YouTube, then you guys look kind of cool. And on top of that, most people who listen to music, they listen to it through YouTube Music. YouTube Music is in the top 5, maybe top 10 of streaming services. Figure out a way to get a deal with YouTube and stream it. All the other award shows are kind of behind when it comes to that. You guys can actually be the first to do it in a very meaningful way, and you can kind of look like you know what you're doing. And finally, bring back the ciphers. Bring back the real ciphers. The stuff that you guys have been doing for the last 5 years has been hit and miss, and it kind of sucks. And it's to the point now where the ciphers just look stupid. It just looks dumb. You guys don't know what you're doing. I have an idea. Why don't you revisit ciphers that brought BET the most viral moments? Like maybe do redo the TDE cipher, or maybe even bring back the Good Music cipher without Kanye. He ain't got to show up. You can get those artists from that time that made those very viral moments. Shit, Dreamville, do a Dreamville cipher. They sitting over there not doing nothing right now. They need so these places need promotion. Shoot, if you guys want to do old school, bring the group that actually is the MVP of Versus. Get the Locks to do a cipher. Maybe even reunite the Firm and do a cipher with the Firm. Or, I don't know, why don't you do a Wu-Tang cipher? They kind of have a residency in Las Vegas right now, and I think people would show up. It's still staying hip-hop. It's still keeping with what the theme of what we love in the culture is. And honestly, man, it's really more about the music than anything else. The way you guys put together ciphers now just doesn't make a lot of sense, and it's like you're throwing shit at the wall and trying to make it stick. Go back, and you guys could even do something like, I don't know, take groups that haven't been together in a while, and it can be like a reunion. You could do a reunion cipher, or you can even do something where you can draft, people can draft their team to make sure that see who has the best team with the best cipher. It's a lot of different ways you guys can do it, but the way y'all are doing it now, it just feels like you don't want an audience, you don't care about the ciphers anymore. And if anybody's like me, that was the main reason why I tuned into the BET Awards. The ciphers used to give me an idea of who was coming up next. It also gave me an idea of like people who I hadn't listened to before. It gave me an opportunity to listen to them and find out their music. It just, you can even do a cipher with independent artists. There's a lot of different ways to attack the BET cipher outside of what you guys have been doing here recently with comedians and with reality show TV stars and all this other. We don't want that. We want ciphers with real MCs, with real rappers, and we want to be able to know who's next, and the ciphers used to do that. Bring the real ciphers back. So that's it. Those are some ideas that I have for fixing the BET Hip Hop Awards. Remember, BET, if you want to get this shit fixed, you can come holler at me. Don't steal my ideas from my YouTube channel. Don't do that. Don't steal it from this video. Let me know, for real, guys. Let me know what you think. Do you think we can improve on the BET Hip Hop Awards? Do you think we can make them better? Let me know in the comments, and I'll catch you next time. Peace out.